Hey, what's good with y'all boys? It's EXO here back with another video, and I'm not gonna lie to you, we're gonna be talking about the MCU's current run, and I'm not gonna lie, and this time around we're gonna be venting a little bit about like this generational fumble that they're currently on that's practically ruined the franchise since the end of Endgame. Many characters they getting wasted right now and character assassinated. Like with one character in particular, I'm about to be talking about today, the Hulk. He's one of the most egregious fumbles yet. He went from being the Incredible Hulk, the strongest there is, to Smart Hulk. This jarring change felt like it was coming completely out of left field and all now, and I'm still questioning like what the MCU is doing with him. This probably like some who don't read the comics or aren't super obsessed. And trust, I'm a casual too, but I mean, there's just like certain events that I'm aware of that the MCU completely butchered. In the She-Hulk show, we basically saw Hulk become a shell of his former self, not even really being considered much of something to be feared. That alone is irritating to me. But then they decided to introduce one of his children in the show too, even down to his design. Scar was basically turned into a diet version of himself, left out in the open for too long. It's like you left him. It's like you left a Diet Coke outside in the summer sun for like 24 to 48 hours straight. And the reason I even bring up Scar in the first place is because of how he even came into existence. He wasn't even supposed to exist originally. Well, I mean, like actually, in the comics, some are like the smartest and influential minds in the Marvel universe. They decided to get together one day in order to discuss what to do with the Hulk. He was considered such a threat that they wanted to get rid of him. And to be fair to these guys, they were planning to send him off to a fairly peaceful planet to live out the rest of his days, but I mean, that did not actually happen. You see, instead, he would get sent to a war torn planet that was plagued with violence for decades. And I didn't write this down in my script, but like, this planet could actually hurt him, by the way. And throughout his time on the planet, he managed to lead a whole uprising against the current regime and take the throne for himself, just to have a huge explosion happen one day coming from the spaceship he initially landed on. What makes this event so important is because the Hulk actually found love, got married, and he was about to become a father when that spaceship blew up after a long period of peace. And everything he gained was suddenly stripped away from him in one fell swoop. Millions of his people died, his wife died, and to his knowledge, his unborn children died too. And this would be what would spark the birth of World Breaker Hulk, a Hulk filled with unbridled rage towards the people of Earth for what they did, and you best believe he would head back to Earth to exact revenge on everyone. No one would be safe. And what makes this version of Hulk even more terrifying is that he has the combined intellect of Banner and Gladiator combat skills on top of his Hulk strength, amped by like shoot what 10 times already. And like you say, this man is already angry. He's furious. This is the most angry he's been. So you know how he is. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. So you know he's just continuing until he's getting stronger. And the two, they were working together from early on in order to survive on the planet, and would continue to work together in order to bring a devastating war to Earth. And like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a few plot twists that I won't mention here since it'd probably just be better to read the comic itself. But this is to just let you know how terrifying Banner and Hulk working together should be. I mean, it took the Sentry having to box with this dude in order to have like any chance for Earth's survival. And this is a version of Hulk we should have gotten in the MCU, not whatever this current iteration of him is. And this doesn't mean it's too late for our beloved Hulk to come back, though. I don't know what the MCU has going on with Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, and him not even knowing Reed Richards in this sort of events. That's not necessarily a good sign, but I mean, there's still a chance. Honestly, with all this multiverse madness that the MCU has gotten itself into, it's not unlikely for this Doom to be from another universe. If they could give a good explanation for why he has Tony's face, like him having switched bodies somehow with the original dying with Tony in it, it could appease some, I guess. Like that whole like superior Spider-Man sort of situation all over again, and him wanting to get rid of Hulk could make sense too if it's been a pattern he makes note of. It doesn't matter how docile this Hulk is, the Hulk is still the Hulk. He is a loose cannon, not something that can be controlled, and it's not like he has the proper equipment to kill him permanently either. His best bet in this situation would be to just send him far away to make his efforts towards gathering power less difficult in the long run, and having his own Illuminati may not even be necessary in this like universe or events either. He knows magic after all, and doing something like opening up a portal to a ship in outer space could be his way of taking Hulk out of the picture for a bit and leave audiences questioning what happened to him. Honestly, that's not even that big of a stretch for him to be able to do, in my opinion. We've seen this guy do like even crazier stuff. Oh, and real quick, just retcon the whole She-Hulk show while they're at it. It wouldn't be the first time they decide to mess with like time travel and all that sort of shenanigans. For all I care, he could create like a whole separate timeline, or have it be that the scar we see in the show won't be the same scar many know from the comics. It could be a chance at redeeming themselves, and this could lead into a standalone Hulk movie that brings back our beloved Green Giant in all his glory, and a follow-up film of him coming back to Earth to wreak havoc. It could be so interesting just to see the Hulk as the antagonist of a movie. But all of this is honestly just wishful thinking. In all honesty, it really depends on how like the MCU decides to go about these next few films, and it's kind of sad to see just how far the MCU has fallen. But yeah, that's about it for right now. This is gonna be like my last video of the year, so it's XO signing out. And y'all know what to do. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, like, all that good jazz. Peace.